Next, you're going to do problem 856, and this is an example to help you figure out how to do that problem. So the directions say that we are supposed to find an equation to represent this tile pattern, okay? So we're given some figure numbers and then what the tiles look like. So just keep in mind that X represents our figure number, and Y represents the number of tiles in each figure. Okay, so when I'm doing this, I'm looking at the pattern and I'm noticing that every single figure has one tile hanging off the edge of the larger rectangle. So I'm going to keep that in mind. And then I'm noticing that each figure now has a larger rectangle. So I want to look at the different dimensions of that and try to see if I can write it in terms of the figure number. So in figure number 1, this bottom length here has 4 tiles. So I'm noticing right now that that's 3 more than the figure number. I'm going to go to figure 2. And in figure 2, that bottom length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles. I'm also noticing that that side is 3 more than the figure number. And in figure 3, this side length has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles, which is also 3 more than the figure number. So if my figure number is represented by X, I can write that bottom length as X plus 3. And I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to look at the height of that rectangle, my other dimension. So in figure 1, this has a length of 2, which is 1 more than the figure number. In figure 2, this side length is 1, 2, 3. That is also 1 more than the figure number. And in figure number 3, this side length is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that side length is also 1 more than the figure number. So I'm going to write that side length as X plus 1. And then the piece I've got to remember is that we still have this 1 tile hanging off the edge of each figure. So I'm going to add that 1 in at the end. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and make myself a generic rectangle because I want to know what this area as a product is when we write it as the area as a sum. Okay, so I've got the dimensions there, X plus 3 times X plus 1. I'm going to go ahead and figure out the area of each of those squares. X times X gives me X squared. X times 3 gives me 3X. X times 1 over here gives me X, and then the top right hand corner of my generic rectangle becomes a 3. So writing that out, I have an X squared tile. When I combine my X tiles, I have 4 of them, and then I have the 3 1s. The other piece I need to add to that is this 1 that is hanging here, so I need to add that in. So now I have X squared plus 4X plus 4 when I combine those. And remember, Y was my number of tiles. So there is my final rule. Y equals X squared plus 4X plus 4.